Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. That's all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, the elders of Jim Ezra as well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Anah. I'm back with another video. It's called Controlled Demolition. Basically, I got some articles pulled up. We're going to get the scriptures on it. But with that thing that's happening over there on the Gaza Strip, turns out there's a master plan behind all of it. And that is basically to rebuild the city into some type of mega trading port after war is done and after, they clean up the rubble and everything. So we'll just get into the, and I heard this first from Redacted. I heard this first from Redacted. It was like a little quick thing that they spoke about. I don't think when I watched it, they went too much into it. I just remember them talking about it, so I just searched it up. I searched up Israel 2035 plan, and that's going along with the plan they got for 2030, the New World Order plan. So, I got the scriptures. Their inward thought is that they will continue forever. They're steady building. So anyway, let's get these articles. So what you're looking at here is a picture of AI, generated picture about, I guess, what they want. It looks nice, but it's through wickedness, right? Oh man. All right, Micah 2. I didn't have that one in there. Let me see what I had. Oh, I had Malachi. Micah 2. I just thought about that one right there. So we'll just start with that. Then we'll get an article. Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands," right? So basically, when we get to this article, you're going to see that this dude, Benjamin Netanyahu, he's been thinking about this thing for a minute now, contemplating him, his think tanks in the office and his AI generators, and this is a plan they came up with. So Micah 2:2, it says, "And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage," right? So this has been going on from right when Israel became a state in 1948, and the Palestinians and the Israelis been going back to back at each other basically. But we understand that at least the flock, which is the Israelis, is backed by Babylon the Great, that great hammer of the earth. So pretty much it's in the power of their hands to do whatever they want to do, and we can see that they just been destroying the Palestinians, pushing them further and further back to the little corner out of the land of Israel, not in the Gaza Strip, and lo and behold, in the last of the days, end of the days, here they go taking that little part, and they got master plans for it. Micah 2:1. "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Therefore, thus says the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil." Right? So anyway, their time is almost up, right? We at the end, but this is perfect because this is exactly what they're doing. So let's get this article. Document outlines Gaza 2035 redevelopment proposals. And they're saying these proposals are going to take 16 years, basically. So those, even if they're trying to claim it's for the Palestinians, where are they going to be for 16 years, What's going to happen? These people are going through famine, the G word, right now, right? Let's read some of this. I got two of the same articles put up. Anyway, a document published online reportedly shows Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's plan to redevelop Gaza following the ongoing conflict that has seen the majority of buildings in the region damaged by Israeli strikes. So once again, controlled demolition. They've been striking these buildings and rubbling it up for their master plan, which is 2035. Netanyahu revealed his Gaza 2035 vision earlier this month. According to reports in the Israeli newspaper, the Jerusalem Post and broadcaster Al Jazeera, right? So y'all can go look at all of that. And I'm pretty sure, like, this plan has already been in the works. They're just not revealing it to the public. And they're trying to, make it sound like, okay, everything that's going on, even though we're murdering children and, committing the G word, and there's a famine happening, and we're not letting humanitarian aid get in, we have a plan to fix all of this, and it's called 2035. The plans were outlined in a widely published document titled From Crisis to Prosperity, Plan for the Transformation of Gaza Strip. And I guess this is supposed to make them look better now, because the whole world is like, upset at them. So now I guess it's supposed to be like, don't worry about it, we got it covered. Plan for the transformation of the Gaza Strip. Document is not believed to represent official Israeli policy, but was reportedly released by the Prime Minister's office. DZine has contacted the office for comment. The plans are visualized to be built in Gaza, where the majority of buildings have been damaged or destroyed by Israeli forces. The document gives an overview of plans to turn Gaza, which is considered by the UN to be illegally occupied by Israel, into a regional trading hub following the Israel-Gaza war. So, it's supposed to be controlled by the Palestinians, right? The Gaza Strip. But Israel is saying, well, we're going to turn it into something better, and we're going to control it, basically. That's basically what they're saying. It says the plans outline a 4-step plan that begins with dismantling Hamas, followed by a period of humanitarian aid, rebuilding, and finally self-governance. In the rebuild phase, the plan mentions the removal of rubble, followed by the building of modern cities from scratch. Alright, so this is DZine. You can go, search this up and look at it. I'm gonna read you the next one now. Alright, we're just gonna get into it. So this dude is talking about, what he's saying and what he thinks, I guess, or what's going on. So I'm gonna read most of this. Skyscrapers, solar power plants, container ships, oil rigs offshore, a vision of idolized urban and rural settlements generated by AI, picturing a wealthy, intensely managed city-state, think Singapore or Dubai, but with a vaguely familiar geographic. No, it is not a hoax. This is the Gaza Strip in 2035, as envisioned by the office of Israeli Prime Minister of Netanyahu, 8 months into a brutal war of retaliation against the Hamas attack of October 7th. On the land cleared by the displacement of millions and the killing of over 35,000 Palestinians on a densely populated urban space that the IDF has reduced to rubble and famine. Netanyahu's planners and their AI graphic image imagine a 144 square mile free trade zone. This would bracket Gaza between the El Arish port to Gaza south and Egypt's Sinai Peninsula and Sderot, an Israeli city north of Gaza. First circulated internally in December 2023, the Israeli government went public with its long-range plans in early May 2024, right? So basically, this ad came out in December 2023. So, like I said, they already had these plans in the works. As it faced pressure to spell out the end game, what it envisions is not the kind of emergency construction prepared by the UN, which right now is focused on a decade-long timeline for clearing unexploded ordnance and 37 million of tons of rubble, 50 billion. As in many previous historical instances, it will be total destruction that clears the way for the rebirth of Gaza in his historical role as a key Mediterranean, port. As Netanyahu himself observes, Gaza's 2035 entails rebuilding from nothing, right? And that's what they want to do with the New World Order too, right? They're basically bringing down Babylon the Great to bring in a New World Order. They're going to destroy this place to try to bring in a New World Order, the MOTB, and all of that, right? So once again, controlled demolition. That's what's happening in the Gaza Strip right now. They're coming out with it. They don't care about the Palestinians. Oh, where's the part I want to get? It says, in other words, there will be a thriving commercial center, but no longer a Palestinian political entity. Right? So they're trying to get rid of the Palestinians. They don't want them there, and they're trying to make it something else now. And they got plans for all these other places too to do the same thing. Right, so they're trying to make themselves look good now with this plan, but really and truly, they're the border of wickedness, right? These are the devils. So let's get these scriptures. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner, and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. So that's what's happening over there in the Gaza Strip. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. Right, so they coming along with these plans, talking about 2035, it's going to be better. They don't care about the Palestinians, and that's clear because what are they doing right now? They don't care about the humanitarian aid that's supposed to be the civilians, They won't even let that go through. There's talks of famine, right? He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. There you go, Esau Edom. Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call the lands after their own names, right? So they out here trying to still build new structures and all of that thing because they're thinking that they're going to continue forever, Let's get this. Malachi 1:1. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are in progress, and we are in progress. Sorry, I can't really say that word. But we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever, right? So Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is coming through with ICBM missiles and laser beams from the chariots to destroy this place, right? And even if you thought she was going to make a 2035 city, it would have got destroyed too. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel, right? So, when we get in our land and Yahushua comes redeem his elect, all the nations will come up unto us, right? And serve the Lord. Oh, So that's pretty much it. You know, it's real quick. Got that. You know, so with that, this was just a simple, you know, throwing it out there. I found it pretty interesting. Shalom to the left.